Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Hammer Podcast. Today is March the 3rd. Hopefully, I am coming through. I think I am. Sure. Let me make sure real quick here. Make sure my audio. Yes, my audio is coming through just fine. All right. I am streaming on YouTube. I am streaming on Facebook. So if you're on Facebook, you can watch it there at the Hammer Podcast page. And I'm also streaming on Rumble. So go to rumble.com and go to the Hammer Podcast page. I'll be streaming it live there as well. All right. Now, today we have what's called open lines. Okay. So, what I'm going to do, basically, you can talk about whatever you want to talk about. And I have a few things to say before we get into it. Okay. But let me let you guys know what you need to do. You need to text this number, 920-777-1697. Okay. Give me your name and the subject you want to talk about. And then I will send you a link. So you will be live on this podcast right now. Okay. So once again, text this number, give me your name and your subject, and then I will send you a link. All right. No. Yeah. Okay, here we go. I just heard a couple of hours ago, let me go ahead and leave this up, that this pathetic piece of garbage has been convicted. All right, Paul Gere. No, he's not the brother of Richard Gere, thank goodness. But Richard Gere is also a piece of garbage, but that's just my opinion. He was convicted on 4 of the 6 counts. I'm going to go ahead and share the screen here. Let me go ahead. Let me make sure I have this up. All right. Like I said, let me know. Okay. All right. Let me share this real quick here. That down. Oh, yeah. Take that off. Add to the stage. Here we go. This is from the United States Attorney's Office. It says former Delaware County teacher convicted after trial of coercing, transporting, and sexually abusing students. And this was Monday, March 3rd, which is today. Paul Gere was a teacher at the Family Foundation School, which, by the way, before I even go any further into this, tomorrow, March the 4th, I will be having a guy named Sandy who was at the Family Foundation School. Okay. He will be coming on and telling us his story about his time there at the Family Foundation. Okay. So make sure you subscribe to the channel. If you're on Rumble, follow. And if you're on Facebook, you can follow also. Okay. All right. Get back to this here. Paul Gere, age 57 of Hancock, New York, was convicted today by a federal jury after a 2-week-long trial on 2 counts of coercing and enticing 2 separate children to travel across state lines to engage in unlawful sexual activity. So, man, I guess that, let's see here. We have somebody, I'm sending them the link right now. There we go. All right, that's how it works. They sent me the link. All right. Let's see here. The jury failed to reach a unanimous verdict on 2 additional counts. Acting United States Attorney Daniel Hanlon and Special Agent in charge of Albany Field Office of the Federal Bureau of Investigation, Craig Tremoroli made the announcement. Okay, well, this is good news. I mean, it wasn't all 6, but hey, he was convicted. So he'll be spending some time in prison. I don't think the sentencing phase has begun yet. So let's see here. The evidence at trial proved that while Gear was a teacher at the Family Foundation School in Hancock, New York, he imposed various disciplinary sanctions on students that were tantamount to torture. The sanctions Gear imposed on students included depriving children of food or forcing children to eat food that had been regurgitated. Yuck. Binding children in rugs and leaving them in isolated rooms for extended periods of time and forcing children to perform forced physical labor. The evidence at trial further proved that in 1994 and 2001, Gear used his position of authority and his ability to impose those brutal sanctions to coerce 2 students to travel with him on separate occasions to Maine and Toronto, Canada. Ooh, wow! I wonder if he'll get more time if he took him to another country instead of just across state lines. Hopefully he gets the maximum sentence. Hopefully. All right. The evidence at trial also proved that Gear transported the students across state lines with the intent to engage in sexual activity with them. While on those trips, Gear raped or otherwise sexually abused each of the 2 children. Gear was taken into custody following the verdict. Hey, your favorite villain. Yeah, I saw your little short there on Paul Gear. Yes, and I like at the end where it says, "Who's next?" That's what I want to know. Who's next, huh? Who's next? Maybe the person that actually started. Maybe. Hey, Kim, how you doing? So yeah, 4 of the 6 counts, he has been taken into custody. Hopefully, the sentencing phase happens quickly. All right. So, like I said, if anybody wants to come on, I'm going to take that off the screen there. If you want to come on, there's the text. Give me your name and subject, and I will send you a link right now. I got it all copied, ready to go. All you have to do is just send me a text on that number, okay? I'll be waiting. All right. Like I said, it's open lines, all right? Okay, so we got 8 people watching. That's good. Like I said, for the people that just came on, tomorrow I'm going to have somebody who was a student, or would you call him a student? Would you call him a victim, probably? I'll be right with you, Esther. Got Esther on the line here. We have Sandy. He'll be on the podcast tomorrow at 5 o'clock Central Time. All right, that's 6 o'clock Eastern Time and 3 o'clock Pacific Time. Depends on whatever coast or if you're in the inland. All right. Okay. So we have Esther. I'm going to bring Esther on right now. Hi, Esther.
Hi, Jason.
How's it going?
Okay, I guess. Do you want to say hi to my mom?
Sure.
No, but hi, Jason.
Hi, Esther's mom.
I can't hear you. Can you hear him?
Yeah.
Oh, you've got your headphones in. Okay.
Oh, okay.
So we're good. I can put this down.
Mom, we're on the show.
I didn't know. Sorry.
Yep. Like I said, before we
Close the door.
go with Esther here, like I said, just text the number, give me the name and subject, and I will send you a link. All right, Esther. Colin
Hi.
Griffith. Colin Griffith,
Yeah.
right?
Yes.
Yes. Let me.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the third Menendez brother.
The third.
Yeah.
No way.
Yes.
Oh. Hold on. Let me oh, yes, I want that instead. No, I want the other one. Stop sharing. I'm sorry. I was going to put this up because let's see here. That's the guy, right?
Yes, there he is.
Yes.
Yes.
Now, according to what I've seen, it says that he was acquitted in Mom's killing.
Yes, he was. Yes, he was.
So you're saying Colin Griffin was a Menendez brother? Or was
He
that-
is hypothetically the third Menendez
Hypothetical.
brother.
Okay.
Yes.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Mhm.
So how did he get in that predicament, by the way?
Okay, well, he had the psycho mom from absolute sheer, complete, and total hell. She was an absolute witch from hell. And then on top of it, if that wasn't bad enough, the most incompetent DCF investigators and police ever in the existence of police and DCF. These people repeatedly went off and abandoned this child with a known psycho. She was convicted of pulling knives and guns on this child's father in the presence of the child. Her children, both of her children, she had the older child when she was 14, were repeatedly removed from her custody, but then were given back to her. They just kept giving them back to her. And this child made multiple attempts to leave this crazy psycho. And she repeatedly attacked him with knives, with guns. She threatened him. She was just absolutely out of control. She was erratic. This was all proven. And even the DCF worker who took the stand for the prosecutor had to admit it on cross. And there's actually a police cam of the child, Colin, telling a police officer, "My mom pulled a gun on me and she punches me in the face. She attacks me." And the police officer says, "But what do you do to provoke her?" They won't do anything, nothing at all about this. So then he killed her, and they tried to have him put away for life without parole, and the jury did not go for it. So yeah, the prosecutor ended up with egg on his face. Yeah.
Yeah, well, that's what happens.
Yes.
But he did kill her, or they're saying he killed her.
He killed her. He admitted.
He did kill her. Okay.
Yes, he did. He stuck a knife through her throat. It went in one side and out the other. But she was going to kill him. She held guns to his head.
So it was basically self-defense.
Well, that's what he said. And Florida has stand your ground laws. So the jury believed him. Yeah. Now the Menendez brothers might be out, rather soon, in about another 6 months, possibly, maybe. But they didn't stab anybody. They just shot multiple shots.
Gotcha. All right. Well, we got somebody else who's coming on. Yeah, that was actually kind of short. You really condensed it very well.
Are you now going to move on to your troubled teen industry?
Not yet.
Not yet.
I just sent somebody that, but yeah. Oh, well, we got a lot of people now. Now that I've said the open lines, now we got people coming on here.
Okay. So I've got some competition going on here.
Yeah, we got somebody coming on right now who wants to remain anonymous.
Okay.
So
that's always good.
We'll call him Mr. D. How about that? All right.
Okay.
So I have Jay Frazier on in the comment section here. He says, "This man here is a motherfucking legend." All right. Long live all the Agape boys.
Oh, okay. Okay.
But yeah, Colin Griffin. How old is he now?
He has recently turned 18. Now, he actually was in some facilities. Well, he was in jail for 5 months awaiting trial, but he was also in various psych facilities that he lied to get into because he wanted to get away from psycho mom. So he would make stuff up like, I am going to go around slitting my mother and my grandmother's throat and throw them out of a car. But it was like really obviously all fake to get to go to these like psych ward places where he was happy. Yeah. He begged to stay. He also begged to stay in jail. He didn't want to leave the jail. They arrested him one time and he didn't want to go back to the psycho mom. So he was like pleading with the warden, "Don't send me back. No, I won't leave. I do not want to leave jail." But they made him go back. They kept making him go back.
Yeah. All right, we got Mr. D on the line. How you doing?
What's up? Doing good.
Good. Go ahead, turn the volume up a little bit.
All right, hold on.
I can hardly hear you.
Now, I've been watching some of those videos about the troubled teen stuff, and I've noticed that Jason asks, "What did you do to get sent there?" I want to know if people think that's kind of offensive.
Can you hear me
Why
better?
would it be offensive?
Because it's kind of a victim blaming question.
Yeah, I hear you.
Yeah. sort of.
Yeah, you're better.
Yeah. Okay. Good. Yeah. Sorry. Yeah. I went to Agape from 2011 to 2014, and I mean, I'm down to talk about that and just kind of give my own. I'm only wanting to remain anonymous just because there's some stuff going on, and like Agape's got power and everything. But yeah, I'm down to talk about it.
Agape's closed though.
Yeah, but like Ma'am and all of them in their clique, I'm almost sure they got power, and I know they can do stuff.
Ah,
You know what I mean?
okay.
So
Yeah. Yeah, I understand. Hey, Jay's Frazier's in the comments section. If he wants to come on, we can have that too. Yeah, Esther asked if it was offensive if I asked people why did they go, why were they sent to these troubled teen homes? Do you find that offensive?
I guess it depends on the person. I mean, I guess it depends on their intent. I personally, I really don't care, but I guess everybody could take, I mean, short answer, no, but everybody's interpretation is different.
Sure.
Why, let me ask you this. Why do you think that, like, just for theory's sake, why do you think it'd be offensive?
Esther?
Because it takes the position that you must have done something to end up there. It could be worded differently. Someone could say, what was the series of events that landed you there? Or what were the family problems that led up to it? I've noticed people always say, what did you do?
Oh, I got you. I mean, that's fair. That's fair.
Okay.
Of course, I tell Jason how to interview because I know everything. I'm like, I'm the expert on how to do interviews.
I'll tell you, Esther is an expert on true crime. I'll tell you that. So hopefully she doesn't figure out how to do the perfect crime. People are going to be in trouble.
Well, actually, how I found out about this channel was that I was communicating with a young guy who was at the Judge Rotenberg Center, where they actually deliver high voltage shocks to autistic children.
Oh, okay. I think there were some troubled teen homes that actually did have electroshock. I don't know if it wasn't Agape. It may have been some other state-run facilities.
Damn. Now, let me ask you this. Do you think, based off of what's happened with Agape, that they're going to move to a different state? Because that's what they did with, like, Washington and California, and they just moved to Missouri.
Well, I believe they changed the name.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they changed the name, and there's from what I know, Jay could probably tell us in the comment section here, but I think that they're still there. I mean, I'd have to look it up and find out, but
I do know from research that I've done that I'm not going to say names, but two of the ranch hands that were staffed there, they've got their own little like boys ministry there now. They're utilizing the ranch, and I do know that there was an evangelist that was real tight with the Clemensons and shit like that, and they're doing a publishing company. So they're still trying to make money or like profit from it somehow.
well, as long as people are giving them money, I guess, keep the scam going.
Sure.
I mean, that's until they're found out and they eventually get shut down again. But then again, like I said, I don't know if they just decided to give it up and just close it all together. But I know Agape in that form, Agape boarding school, I know that is closed. I know the state shut that down. What years were you there?
I was there from 11 to the end of 14.
Wow, 3 years?
Yeah.
Wow.
But I mean, I'll say this. I mean, I could tell you everything that's happened from beginning to end, but not that I'm condoning Agape and saying Agape is good and this and that, but there, as much negative as there was, which there was a lot of, the boys still had fun. There were a lot of positive times, but I mean, and that's true, but that's neither here nor there. I'm just saying that we made the most of it,
I've Online,
Yes.
you can find actually interviews from a really, really, really long time ago with slaves, with former slaves from back, when the South, when slavery was legal. And they'll
Uh-huh.
say there were good times. I'm just making the point that slaves will say that it wasn't that bad. There were plenty of good times.
That's
I think
interesting. That's
I
interesting.
think they were brainwashed, pretty much. Like they do in a lot of cults. Whether you hear something so many times, you begin to believe it.
Yeah, 100%.
So
I mean, I still talk to some dudes from Agape that I went there. I think after like 2015, it became different. I don't know if it's for the better or for the worse necessarily, but like I know when I got there, old Julio freaking took me down to the room and beat the crap out of me, man. But then that was just the beginning of it. Like I was like, oh shit, dude. But
yeah.
whatever.
Oh, Julio. I wonder if he got arrested for taking people over state lines.
I think he did.
Huh. Good.
Yeah.
Him and that Jurassic elbow.
Dude, he did some shit to me, man. He was not a fun person to be around, but I mean, he'll get what's coming to him, and he already has. And his son too. His son freaking beat the crap out of some kids, and like he's facing prosecution now too.
Probably for assault. No. Yep. Any other questions, Esther?
Is this like a Mormon thing?
No. This particular troubled teen home was, I believe, Baptist.
Yeah, like super, like Southern Baptist addresses.
Right.
Yeah.
Because I remember I did a podcast with James Griffey, and they had a dorm that was named after Lester Roloff, who is the actual, I would say, founder of the troubled teen home, because he started it back in the late 50s.
No, he has a daughter named Esther.
Who? Roloff?
Roloff, yeah.
Oh.
And she complains that the boys were like harassing her.
Well, I mean, she's got to be like in her late 50s, early 60s by now.
She looked younger than that when I saw the Netflix. Or was that Netflix?
I don't remember Roloff having a Netflix documentary.
Oh, the HBO thing?
Oh, HBO.
I don't. I never saw it, so I can't say. I know that he had, according to somebody who went there in the, I would say, late 70s, early 80s, that he had an illegitimate child from another woman other than his wife. And whenever, because my dad was a Roloffite is what I call him, a Lesterite, and we never saw Lester Roloff's wife ever. She never went to church. And people began to believe that she actually knew about this child that Lester Roloff had with another woman. And basically it's like, hey, I'm going to do what I want. So, if I'm not going to go to church, if I don't want to go to church, you're not going to make me, or else I'm going to tell everybody your dark, dirty secrets. But that's just my take on things. Yeah. I don't know, because Lester Roloff was all about health. Drink plenty of water, get plenty of exercise, eat right, don't smoke, don't drink. All while his minions and his staff were smoking dope and drinking and not exercising. And his wife, that I saw pictures of, I never saw her in person, but pictures of her, she was a rather heavy set woman. So, but anyway, that's my take on it.
That's interesting. Yeah.
Yeah, Lester Roloff was not a good man. he may have had some good ideas. Like I said before, he probably meant well, knowing that he wanted to really help kids, but I think it just got too big, and he let other people take control of it because he was out evangelizing. He was out on his plane, going to different churches, giving sermons there. So there was nobody to watch the staff, basically. So if you're not watching the staff, they're going to do what they want to do. And I think that's when the abuse started. So anyway, I'm done.
I mean, true. I mean, fair point, because I think a lot of the abuse too was just because of the power, and they were annoyed, and there was a lot of things, but I think mostly just the power. They had this power, and a lot of these boys were just super, super troubled. Some of them not, like, fair enough. Some of them not, but I thoroughly believe it was, especially with, like I said, like, who, I'll say his name all day because he's a piece of shit, man. But I mean, and the conversation can go on and on and on from there.
Yeah. The thing is, what I've noticed about, and Roloff did the same thing. He had what he called the farm. Okay, that's where he had the Rebecca home. He had the Anchor, the Lighthouse, the Jubilee home, and the City of Refuge, which for older men, and they were all on the outskirts of Corpus Christi, Texas. I mean, we're not talking in the city or around the city. They was outside of the city limits, out in the middle of nowhere, where a bunch of farms were, basically. So if somebody ran, they'd get lost pretty quick, and they would be found easily. And that's what's happened with a lot of these other, like Agape was also out in the middle of nowhere. Family Foundation in Hancock, New York, that was in the middle of nowhere. You know what I mean? There's a pattern.
Yeah.
So anyway.
That's interesting. I mean, true. That's interesting. I think a big thing with being out in the middle of nowhere that I didn't really feel comfortable with was, like, we had a kid who was diabetic and he had to take his insulin. And a couple times they told him no because they would limit him. Because I've listened to I think this story's been told, but they would limit him and say, you can't eat this much food because the insulin or whatever. Or, like, one kid got freaking stuck in the eye with a pencil and they didn't take him to the doctor. And I had something happen to me, but if I say it, everybody will know who I am because, like, it's pretty iconic. But I had something happen to me and they made me freaking sleep. And they were like, oh, just go to sleep and we'll figure it out. And the next day I went to the doctor and they were like, oh, this bone is broken. I'm not going to say it again, but still, like, that was sketchy. Because if something actually happened, like, what if a kid had, like, a cardiac emergency and coded, right?
Yeah.
Or just whatever. Like, there was Dr. Smock in town, but he's a piece of shit, as we know. So it's like,
Dr. Spock.
yeah, man, fuck him.
Oh, yeah. Well, like I said, a lot of the people, like I said, it's a good thing that Agape is closed now. Hopefully, that other place, if it's open, I don't know. I have to look into it, but hopefully they close that down too and make those people accountable.
You talking about the girls?
I'm talking about the people that were running the place.
What do you mean? What do you mean after Agape got shut down, they just changed the name? Is that what you mean?
They just changed the name, yeah.
Oh, yeah. Well, I was actually looking into it a couple days ago, like not even 2 days ago, and they're active. So there's that. Yeah, man.
Well, then they're still open then, but under a different name. Well, it's okay. They're the state is onto them, so they're not going to be able to get away with too much.
No, or like I said, they'll just move to another state. I mean, all they care about is money, I believe.
Oh yeah, that's true. They don't care about the safety and welfare of children. All they care about is how much money can they get from their parents. Because they were what, $4,000 a month on some of them.
I don't even know. I think around that, yeah.
So, all right. So, Mr. D, you got anything else?
I'm trying to think, man. I mean, everything that every story I would tell has kind of been said, but no, not really, man. I just hope that they don't reopen, and I hope that the kids that went there can move on. I do get that it was traumatizing. I get that. Like I
Right.
probably do, but I do hope that people can just move on. I mean, it's hard though. Like that's easier said than done for sure. But it was just a sad thing, dude. It was just like
Yeah.
that's why I said we made the most of it, because we all knew the situation, but we try to have fun, and it wasn't the best of times, but thank God they're shut down, basically.
Definitely. All right. Well, Mr. D, thanks for coming on. I appreciate it.
Yeah, man.
If
You
you have
still
any-
do interviews about Agape?
Yes, I do.
I'll do a full one with you and tell you. I mean,
Yeah.
yeah, that'd be cool.
Like I said, I got you on the number here, so I'll get in touch with you and get a day and a time.
All right, on, man. That sounds great.
All right, man. Take it easy.
All right, later, y'all.
Yep. So now, Esther, you learn a lot about the trouble teen industry. It's rather interesting.
Yeah, when I watched the HBO about it, actually the police were called and were completely aware of that these children were being horrifically abused and condoned it. So okay, they were friends with the guy. This is everybody knew each other, and they had no problem with any of this.
A lot of times, I mean, these people are making so much money. Okay, because like I said, you're looking at $4,000 or $5,000 a month per kid. Okay.
Yeah.
And if you have, 50 to 100 kids, it's a lot of money.
Mm-hmm.
And that's also a lot of money you could take out in bribes, whether it's the sheriff or, city officials to look the other way. A lot of them, like the person in Hancock, New York, with Family Foundation, he had a lot of that town in his pocket.
Yeah.
Whenever the kids would escape, whenever they got to the city, someone would recognize them and call Family Foundation School and say, "Hey, we got one of your kids over here," and then send them back.
Well, I saw a documentary about the boarding schools they have for children who are supposedly troubled in Utah, where what they do, and these are all owned by Mormons, is they have the kids go into town and paint people's storefronts for them, like do work for people around town, and then that's how they get everybody to remain silent. Nobody will say anything because it's good business.
Right. Well, yeah, I mean, a lot of places like that, they either do it for free or they'll do it for for cheap. So it kind of you become like the only place in town that does that kind of thing. You kind of get rid of the competition.
Mm-hmm.
It's like they do with a lot of prisons. They'll have them go out there and clean up the roads or something like that, or knock down trees, and they do it for pennies on the dollar, and nobody can compete with them.
I know.
So, that's how it is.
Well, prisons are big business. They provide employment. Just basically what the use that they are of.
I've been trying to find somebody, and I said on a couple of shows about, because I heard a guy, he goes by the name G-Man. He's on YouTube, but he's talking about how the prison system needs to be updated, basically.
Well, you can move to Norway and commit crimes there. They have luxury prisons. They have like horseback riding. They have just really pretty much everything you could ever want in a prison. You have like your own practically hotel room set up. They have everything except a sauna and an indoor heated pool over there.
And I've also heard that in the European countries, if let's say you get convicted of murder, you're not serving life without parole. You're serving 18 years, maybe.
Not even.
The penalties aren't as severe.
No. But they don't have, well, I actually have heard that now that European countries are starting to experience more crime, the attitudes are changing. They've actually had some mass shootings in some European countries at military bases where people are really shocked to find out because they didn't know before, because before this they had no crime, that
Right.
they're like the killer is going to be out in something like 6 years. Like, wait, what? No.
Well,
And
when
they're trying
you're
to change the laws.
when your immigration is out of control,
Yeah.
you're just letting anybody in and not vetting
Mhm.
them, and you're figuring out where they came from or who they are or what they've been convicted of. He may have been convicted of rape and murder, and they won't even know until he
Yeah.
does it.
Mhm.
So, but the thing about like I said, I've been trying to get a hold of G-Man. It's almost impossible to get a hold of him. But maybe I'll put him in the tags and he can. But I think that the prison system needs to be upgraded? Probably not. I mean, and this is from what I've heard, what I know about G-Man is he's a black man, so he always thinks that the blacks are getting the short end of the stick. Yeah.
Jason, let's not get too political here.
Well, I'm not getting too political. I'm just saying, when he's when I heard him talking about prison reform, basically,
Mhm.
he said it needs to be reformed because his particular race is being it's not being held to the same standards as, let's say, a white convict or a Mexican convict or whatever. I'm like, let's not make it about that.
Well, what I've consistently heard is that it's actually the white inmates who are the scapegoats in prison. That in prison, the white inmates are at the absolute very, very, very bottom of the totem pole.
And that could be the truth. I mean, I don't know. I've never been to prison, so I couldn't tell you. But
that's only because I haven't reported you. I have not yet gone to the police,
Yeah,
and just explained to them, what,
They'll just look at me when I give them those sad, sorrowful puppy eyes. They're going to go, up, acquitted. Be on your way, sir. But if anybody if anybody knows about prison reform, please, if you're out there, it doesn't have to be today. It can be later on, but let me know, because I've been dying to talk about this and nobody seems to want to come up and talk about it. Because, like I said, I don't think it needs to be reformed. I think maybe more money needs to be put into the prison system. Build more prisons. That's the way I see it. So, I mean, I know a lot of states are getting rid of the death penalty and all that stuff. Are there some crimes that require it? Yeah, I think so. And I'll say this as nicely as I can. If you're a PDF file, we'll just put it that way, then I think you need to be in the death penalty line. And in Texas,
then free the Menendez brothers.
Oh, speaking of that, since I have you here, the Menendez brothers, I heard they were going to be getting not a second. I think the judge was going to determine whether he wants to have another.
Yes.
What happened to that?
It was postponed because, there were fires in California and one of the lawyers' house burned down. So it's been postponed to the end of this month. But at the end of this month, we'll find out whether or not they're going to ever see the light of day again.
Honestly, I think they should. I think they have served enough because you get a lot of. I mean, just put them on parole.
Right. Well, that's most likely what would happen. It's highly, highly unlikely that they just sort of been granted clemency.
Well, yeah, they're not just going to let them go and say you're free. But I mean, they've served their time. I mean, there's a lot of murderers out there that get 10 years, 15 years,
yeah,
and sometimes 20 or 30 years, but they always have parole.
Right.
I don't know why the Menendez brothers never got his life without parole. I mean.
Right. It's because they committed multiple murders, 2 homicides. I'm from New York, and even in New York, which is very liberal, they don't have the death penalty. You commit a double homicide, you get life without parole.
Yeah. New York is very blue, very blue. So, Texas is very red. So they have an assembly line on death penalties.
Well, Texas has stand your ground laws, and back to Colin Griffith, he committed this homicide in Florida, which also has stand your ground laws. So it was what the prosecutor tried to do was claim that Colin had kidnapped his mother, because if you kidnap somebody, the stand your ground laws don't apply. So they said that because a neighbor said that she saw him pull her ponytail, that it was a kidnapping. Because he yeah, the jury didn't go for it though.
Yeah.
Mhm.
They say that the eyewitness testimony is very unreliable. I guess
Yes,
in
they
this
do.
case-
Yeah.
In this case, I think it was. I got to read a little bit of it, but I mean, yeah, the stand your ground law. I mean, if anybody's breaking into your house, if you have a gun, yeah, shoot them. I don't
Yeah.
care. You know,
Yeah.
that'll be the last house they rob.
There
you know?
was, when I lived on Staten Island, not too far from where I lived, a guy's house was broken into in the middle of the night, and he shot the robber. But then, because he didn't have a permit for his gun, and then they went in and searched his residence, and they found another unlicensed gun and pot. After his house was robbed and he shot the guy, he actually had to go and face a bunch of charges for having 2 guns and pot.
Hmm. Did he face a murder charge or
No.
homicide?
It was
No?
totally legit. The guy broke into his house. I mean,
Right.
it was a robbery. There was really nothing else he could have done. It was the middle of the night. I mean, come on.
Yeah, I hear you. Well, you know, I think New York needs to change their laws a little bit when it comes to that, because people have the right to defend themselves. You know, if you're going into a man's domain, you don't belong there. You know,
Yeah.
better pray to Jesus, because you're going to meet him. That's how it goes. You know, I mean, it's like vigilantism. You know, I mean, would you get mad at a person who goes around killing drug dealers, rapists, and murderers? Would you be angry at that person? Would you want justice for that person?
If they were killing drug dealers, I'd say, no, you can't do that. You can call the police on them, but you can't go around killing them.
What about rapists and PDF files?
No, that's fine. Yeah, no. Well, back to what I said. You know, we need to free the Menendez brothers. Yeah.
Well, how's it get back to the Menendez brothers? I was asking a question. I mean, would you condone that and say, hey, you know, these people, their lifestyle is causing other people to either get highly addicted to drugs or overdosing,
Mhm.
or people's lives have been changed forever because of some of the things they've done?
Well, look,
somebody
I
just,
mean, yeah.
you know,
How
somebody
many
goes out and just
people?
shoots them.
Yeah. See, you would, I mean, like, but what about the people who are dying of diabetes because they ate too many Big Macs? Do we go kill the McDonald's managers? I've had so many McDonald's managers be totally rude to me that I'm kind of, I don't really condone, just to be clear, just right here now. But maybe, some of them kind of, I've walked into McDonald's where I've heard the managers yelling at the workers. I don't know. Yeah.
Well, I don't go to McDonald's, so I don't.
Hypothetical scenario, maybe they should be picked off. Jason, how could you not go to McDonald's? That's just.
I'm good.
You don't eat Big Macs? No.
I used to.
No, you used to?
Let's see here. We got here. Okay. Got somebody else here. All right. Okay. I used to, because I really back in the 80s when they came out with that what is that pork sandwich they had? The McRib.
Yeah.
Man, those things were awesome. I could eat that all day, every day.
Oh, wow.
But then the last time I went, when they had the McRib came back,
yeah,
it tasted like shit. Oh, it was awful. It's like they changed the formula. The barbecue sauce was blah. I mean, it was not the same as it used to be.
Well, you gotta go to Chick-fil-A I was in an Uber and the driver said to me, and I love Chick-fil-A. It's so nice of them to close on Sundays. I said, I said, do you go to church? He said, no, I'm Jewish. But yeah, people love it that they close on Sundays, even
We just
people who
had
don't
a
go to church.
we just had a Chick-fil-A open over here
Yeah.
in with Green Bay.
Yeah, I like the waffle fries. Actually, I was on a subreddit where people who were going to get bariatric procedures done because they were over 600 pounds. They were on this special diet, and you can get something that is really good there at Chick-fil-A that's on that diet, which is the grilled chicken nuggets, and they were like all addicted to it. Have you ever watched My 600-Pound Life?
I've watched a couple of episodes. I don't like to watch a lot of TV because
Yeah.
there's so many commercials.
I know.
I just live stream
Mhm.
on Netflix and all that kind of stuff because I just
Yeah.
don't like the commercials because they just go on forever.
I know.
You know, and I don't like hearing those commercials with of those different prescription drugs.
Mhm.
because
Oh God. The
'cause you
side
get
effects include hemorrhoids,
you get
diarrhea, anal
yeah
warts. Like, no,
rectal itch and
no.
all that stuff. It's like
Yeah. 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 Yeah.
Here we go. Check. I don't know what happened there. Okay, we're back. We're back on there. I'm sorry about that. My mic was muted somehow. I don't know how.
Okay.
Did you hear me? Could you hear me?
Now I can.
Oh, what was I talking about when I cut out?
We were talking about those obscene commercials for like all kinds of weird pharmaceuticals.
Yes. And then after that, I got back to the Chick-fil-A in the 80s. The Chick-fil-A's are really good. I'll just sum it up real fast. Now I went over there and got it after it opened up, and it was awful.
Okay.
I just can't eat Chick-fil-A. So
All right. What about, do you have a Domino's near you?
no,
No.
we got Cranky Pat's and Glass Nickel, which is actually pretty good.
Okay. All right. Okay.
Yeah.
How about KFC?
We used to, but that closed down. They used to have those restaurants where it was like a KFC and a Long John Silver's in the same building,
Yeah.
and they both closed down. So,
Yeah. Do you cook? You cook, don't you?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah. We've talked about this. You cook. Yeah.
Yeah. I'd rather do that or go out to a restaurant eat, like well, around here they're bar and grills. I mean, you don't see too many like Roadhouse. I go to Texas Roadhouse. There's another place called Prime Quarter where you can actually grill your own steaks. So
wait, you can do that at home. Why would you grill your own steaks at a restaurant?
Why not? Impress somebody, I guess.
All right. Okay.
It's of course after the bill comes, it's like $100 for one person, but
I know.
Oh well, whatever. It's just money. I'll make more.
Okay, so you wanted to talk about prison reform. How would you reform prisons?
I wouldn't.
Oh, you wouldn't. Okay, so would you give people longer sentences?
Well, before I answer that, let me back up just a little bit because I may have been a little hasty when I said yes.
Okay.
What I would reform, the only thing I would reform is to basically separate the people who have long sentences who are convicted of heinous crimes
Mm-hmm.
and put them in a separate area, and the people that have just misdemeanors for pot or something like that, put them somewhere else. Don't put them all together.
Okay.
Basically,
Yeah.
that's about the only thing I would reform. As far as them, you do the crime, you do the time. That's how I see it. You know what I
So
mean?
you don't think that the people who are in for smoking pot should have to deal with the murderers? Is that it?
The murderers and the people that assault people, yeah,
Mm-hmm.
they should have to
Yeah.
deal with that.
Yeah.
If you're serving let's say a 2-year sentence, because if you're serving a year sentence, you can go. You're going to stay in the jail to do a
Mm-hmm.
year.
Yeah.
But if it's a 2 years or more, they send you to prison.
Right.
So if you're only serving 2 years as a person who's serving life without parole, who's got nothing to lose,
Mm-hmm.
who wouldn't care if they went over there and assaulted you for your food or,
Right.
or your booty hole, basically. You know what I mean? Keep them separated.
Okay.
Because you have a lot of people that go into prison for minor crimes who all of a sudden are getting 20 and 30-year prisons because they committed a crime in the prison
Mm-hmm.
where they had to defend themselves and they kill somebody or assault somebody. So, that's about the only thing.
Okay.
And what was the other thing you said? I can't remember.
It was so cool that you forgot. It was like just it was just the most mind-blowing comment I've ever made that you just couldn't remember that I said it.
I'm sorry. Do you remember what I said? What you said?
I don't.
It's mind blowing that you don't remember either. Come on. Oh, I don't know. It had something to do with prison.
Yeah. Well, we were talking about Norway and how they have luxury prisons. They have they have horseback riding and they have like prison cells that are like dorm rooms, and they sing to the prisoners and they play basketball with them, and it's healing that prisoners go on to lead productive lives in a country where
it's actual rehabilitation.
Well, research has shown that the recidivism rates are very low, but that's not necessarily because the prisons are that fabulous. But it's a culture where they'll set you up with housing and employment, and there's not much crime there anyway.
Right.
So what they attribute to this like prison thing, not necessarily.
Let's see. Jamie Lee said, "Yeah, and their chance of being rehabilitated are reduced. So when they get out, they're more dangerous than when they entered because they had to adapt to living with the worst."
Yeah, that's true.
That's what I said. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So, but yeah, rehabilitation. I think you have a better chance of being rehabilitated if you're not around a bunch of rapists and murderers.
Well, that would be true. Yeah.
Like I said, a lot of those other guys that are doing heavy time, like 40, 50 years or life without parole or just life.
Mm-hmm.
Why put them, separate those guys? They got nothing to lose.
But is it fair to put them with the Menendez brothers? I mean, because the Menendez brothers get all of the attention, and that could give the other prisoners who are not getting as much attention low self-esteem.
Well, maybe they should put them in protective custody, being that it was such a high-profile case.
Well, maybe.
I mean,
yeah.
I think protective custody should be used for some things, for some people. Like Colorado, I think it's Colorado.
Mm-hmm.
They don't have that protective custody at all. So if you're convicted of murder or you're convicted of, being a PDF file, to be nice, you're going to go into the same prison you're going to be going to the same yard. You're going to be in the same building. There's no protection.
Well, there was a guy who killed I mean, back to parent killers, the guy who killed both of his parents when he was
Uh-huh.
15, who was sentenced as an adult to life without parole in Colorado. And basically what they did to him was just put him in total and complete isolation. He's out now, but in a cell just completely by himself with just like 10 minutes of rec time,
Yeah.
3 times a week, and just left him there like that.
But he was going to court, right? At that time?
This was after he was convicted.
Oh, this was after he's convicted.
Yeah.
Are we talking about the same person?
This is you were talking about Colorado. This happens in Colorado.
Oh, okay, not Colorado. Okay.
If anyone wants to Google Jacob Ind, I-N-D, the last name, you'll find all the whole story about it. I read a book about it a long time ago.
Oh, there's a book? Wow.
Yeah. A woman wrote a book, like she pretended that she was on his side. She was an investigator on his case. But it turned out, now he was only 15, but it turned out she actually had the hots for him, and she was like sending him like pornographic letters. It's just not legal. And then she lied. She found out he got married and lied and told the prison officials that he was harassing her and threatening her. She made the whole thing up. And I had no idea. I had actually communicated with her some, and like she was really nice to me, and I thought she was like this really nice person. You can find her her name was Mary Ellen Johnson. I know that's a common name, so it'd be hard to actually have anything come up. I know a lot of like weird stories that probably nobody but me cares about.
Yeah.
Where it's like,
well, let me ask you this, being that you are a woman.
I think so.
A female, yes. This whole Luigi Mangione thing, where all these women, he's at his court hearing, and all these women are just swooning over this man.
Oh yeah.
What's the attraction?
I have no idea who that is. You want to show me a picture of him if you can get one?
Luigi Mangione? He's the one that shot that CEO of the pharmaceutical company.
Okay. I heard about it, but I haven't seen what he looks like. Or if I did, I don't remember.
I will show you a picture. Give me 1 second.
Okay.
But why do women?
Yeah.
Even with Charles Manson, when Charles Manson was.
Yeah.
What is the attraction? I don't get it. Do they just attracted to the bad boys or something?
There's a whole like name for it. There's actually an official term for it, but I can't remember what it is, and it's really weird. I don't understand it myself.
Oh, okay. Let me get you that picture here real quick.
But if I was one of those women who like fell in love with killers or like prisoners, I think who I would go for would be like a Jeffrey Dahmer who ate the people burgers.
The people burgers. I got you.
Yeah.
Oh. Where is it? Hold on. Where am I here? Okay. Anyway.
A lot of people, though, think that he did the world a favor, I think, killing that guy.
There we go. Well, maybe he did. Hold on. I got somebody on there. Just wait just 1 second. Wait just 1 second here. Let me see here. Screen. All right, there you go.
Okay, yeah. Well, he's got that prison jumpsuit going on, and that right there, that's the look some women go for.
I guess.
Yeah.
I guess.
There's just something about the prison jumpsuit that some women just go absolutely wild over it.
I guess so. Okay, we have Rumpf, kind of a weird name. How's it going?
Can you hear me good?
Yes, we can hear you.
All right, I'm in Key Largo right now on the beach where I belong, far away from all that crazy shit, but yeah. I spent 2 years under this man. I can only say I'm very lucky to have survived my life after that because he made me a monster in ways you could never imagine. this is a lot of closure though, and I'm really happy to see him in pain.
Yeah. Oh, let me see. Where'd he go? Hold on.
I don't know if you can hear me good.
Yeah, we can hear you.
All right. So I'm 6'3". Larry Patrici was the basketball coach while I was there. This man was knocking the door down to draft me for the basketball team in my junior year there because, I had some skills, maybe.
Yeah.
This man decided it would be better for me to be a cheerleader for the basketball team.
A cheerleader.
What's wrong with being a cheerleader?
Hey, nothing. But when you're a young man at 16 and you really want to play basketball, it's a little messed up. It's a little messed up, especially when the reason you're there is because you were abused as a child. Like, think about the dynamic here. You know what I mean? You got a young man questioning his sexuality, and then you got this guy thinking that it's a really good idea to go be a cheerleader for a basketball team you wanted to be a basketball star on.
Are we talking about Paul Gear?
Yeah, we're talking about Paul Gear. Isn't that what we're talking about here?
I just wanted to make sure. Well, this is open line, so we're basically talking about just about everything.
Oh, I'm sorry. I wasn't really privy to that previously. I apologize.
Like I said, that's what
I hopped on here hot.
So what years were you there?
I was there from 2000 to 2002. I was in Family 6 the whole time under his guide. He was my senior sponsor. He didn't let me go to my grandma's funeral because he was afraid I was going to run away. That's just minor shit. He tried me several times in his little treehouse, little private, secluded area the school gave him to talk to young boys in. But I was a strong one, and he kind of knew that. He was a groomer. I mean, let's be that. He was a professional. So, like, he could tell the ones to stay a little bit further away from, but tested the waters. There are some that I'm in fear. I don't even know what happened. Like Chris Arguellos, people that were there they're going to hear that name and be like, holy crap, what happened to that kid? I fear that he was definitely one of the ones that slipped through the cracks. I don't even know if he's alive still. But a
lot of them have committed suicide or just gotten really messed up on a lot of things. So
yeah, I don't know if I chimed in at the wrong time. I don't know if you were like just previously talking about how great of a guy he was. I have no idea. So
no,
I doubt that.
No,
but yeah,
no, not Paul Gear. No, I was gonna say he's no relation to Richard Gere, but Richard Gere is also a piece of garbage. But that's just my opinion.
Right,
So.
Richard Gere, that was his dad.
No relation.
Okay.
No relation.
Okay.
No.
Because his dad was a weirdo. He used to sit in our family topics there at the end of breakfasts. I might be talking crazy for people that don't know what I'm talking about, but there's a select few that will be like, wow, I can't believe Rumpf is on this. But anyway, I don't want to interrupt and take over the show or anything. I just wanted to chime in and say a couple things. I'm feeling a little like that right now. But
like I said, if you want to do an interview on this podcast, we could set up a time.
Yeah, absolutely. I'll give you my info and stuff if you want to.
Right.
I just would like to say to anybody out there that was there and experienced this man's wrath in any form, whether it was the looks he gave you in chorus when you weren't singing the right way or whatever the hell he did, just know that, like, there are other people out there that have experienced that same thing, and we're still here. Not all of us, but some of us. So that's all I'll say for now, and I'll keep in contact with you. This is my brother just sent me this link. I've never seen your channel or anything before, but I'll definitely look into it, and I'll shoot you an email.
I have just use that number that you texted.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I have a lot on Family Foundation School, so just put it in the search engine on YouTube for the Hammer Podcast.
Absolutely will. I appreciate you if you're covering the topic.
All right, man.
Have a good one.
You too. Bye. You see? There's a lot of them out there. You want to look up the troubled teen industry as well, Esther.
I
You find
have
it-
read a book about it.
You find it very interesting. Yeah. If people were to do, and Jamie Lee likes your this one there, people burgers.
Well, yeah, Jeffrey Dahmer ate people burgers.
Yes. Yes, there was another guy in Texas when I was a kid. His name was Henry Lee Lucas. You probably heard of him.
Hmm.
He was out. He would pick up hitchhikers, no matter what gender they were, and brutalize them and kill them.
Well, we
So-
used to call it hitchhiking. Now we call it Uber.
Oh, is that what they call it?
Yeah.
Somebody put, there's a student at Duke University. She's doing summer research on the troubled teen industry. Okay, well, that's good. I would advise people, if you really want to delve deep into the troubled teen industry, you got to start from the beginning. Okay, look up as much as you can on Lester Roloff, Wiley Cameron.
Well, there's an
Faith Cameron.
HBO documentary about the roll-off school.
Yeah, but do they tell you about back in the day how it all started from the late 50s when he started Rebecca Home? I mean, you got to go deep. I mean, you can find it online. But you remember, what was that guy named Jim Jones? Okay, somebody
Mhm.
pointed this out to me, and I said, and I thought maybe it made sense. But you remember Jim Jones, right?
Yeah.
Drank the Kool-Aid, whatever.
Hmm.
And the name of his church was the People's Temple.
Hmm.
Okay. The name of Roloff's church was the People's Baptist Church.
Hmm.
So seems kind of ironic
Hmm. Yeah.
in a way. So whenever you have something, an organization that starts with the people's,
Yeah.
you might want to stay away from the drinks if they serve it to you. You know what I mean? So, but yeah, like I said, delve into Lester Roloff as much as you can find. I mean, that guy basically started the whole thing. Basically. So some of the people from the Rebecca Home, maybe you can collaborate with her. Well, just go to Enrique, go to the number right there and text me her information. Okay. And I will see if I can get a hold of her and maybe we can talk about the troubled teen industry. But I know that I had somebody message me about they're doing a documentary on the Family Foundation School. But I don't know what's going on with that. I think it's still in production. I don't know. So we'll see what happens with that. But anyway, Esther?
Yeah. I think I'm still here. I'm not sure though.
Yes, you are. In
I'm
body.
here in
Maybe not
spirit.
spirit, but
Oh, yeah. Mm.
hair looks nice.
Oh, thank you. Oh, that's very nice of
Did you get
you.
another haircut?
No, I'm trying to let it grow out.
Okay. All right. Cool. Like I said, what is that? Maybe you should do one on or look up that Luigi Mangione.
Oh my God.
See what's
I
going on with
mean,
that.
yeah, that is like totally, so many people are talking about it. I don't think I could add anything new to the conversation.
Well, you could. I mean, the thing is, with all the stuff going on right now, because
Yeah.
Trump is basically carpet bombing the media right now.
Hmm.
As far as stories, when the thing about Luigi Mangione came out, I hope he's no relation to Chuck Mangione. That would be a shame.
Oh,
You know what I'm talking about?
the baseball player?
No, Chuck Mangione was a trumpet player.
Oh, same
Yeah.
thing. Pretty
back
close.
in the 70s and 80s. Little short guy. But anyway, when this Luigi Mangione killed the CEO,
Yeah.
it was all over the news, right?
Oh my God, I know.
Just almost every podcast, every broadcast on TV,
Yeah.
you name it, whatever organization, they were talking about it.
Mhm.
Now that Trump is basically, like I said, he's just doing so many things so quickly at a rapid pace. The media has now switched from Luigi Mangione to Trump and JD Vance. So now it's all about them, and nobody is covering Luigi Mangione anymore.
Yeah. Yeah.
So maybe there might be some meat on that bone still.
Wow.
You know what I mean?
Like, it's probably not a good idea to get too over invested in killers. It could maybe like warp your brain after a while.
Well, I mean, a lot of people think he was justified because
I
it
know.
was
Yeah, I know.
it was a CEO of a pharmaceutical company. But
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm a little. I don't think it was justified. I don't think so. I mean, it's not like he was. Well, he was kind of. I guess you could say he was a drug dealer,
I guess, yeah, you could make that
but
argument.
he didn't get his hands dirty with it. You know, he wasn't the one. He was the one that was probably in charge of having it made and shipped off, but he didn't put it in people's hands. you
Yeah.
know. So I guess it's drug dealer by proxy, probably
Yeah.
be the way to say it. But I don't know. Like, I don't think. United Healthcare. Sorry, United Healthcare CEO. Yeah, that's right. I couldn't remember. I know it was a CEO of some pharmaceutical company.
It's good
But-
that we have viewers who just kind of
Yes.
jump in and help us out.
Yeah, I mean, so I mean, yeah. If there's nothing on there, there's nothing on there. But do you have any other people that you're looking into? Esther?
Well, there's always Jean Benet, and
John Bonet.
she was recently on the cover of People magazine, and people are still debating whether or not a 9-year-old child might have bludgeoned her and strangled her to death. A lot of people think that the little boy, her brother Burke, and a friend of his whose name was Doug Stein, killed Jean Benet.
I don't know. That seems kind of
It-
out
yeah,
there.
I know.
I mean, I
it's
can
about as likely as that aliens came down from Mars and did it.
Yeah, I mean, I can understand. I mean, I've seen on videos of young children committing heinous crimes, but would you be able to keep that a secret at that
No.
age? There's no way.
No.
There's no way. He probably just blurted out, "I did it."
Yeah, I know.
I mean,
I know.
so I don't know. It's kind of highly unlikely that it was him and his friend. But I don't know. Maybe he's a real strong kid who can hold a secret. I don't know. Stranger things have happened. So, but yeah. If anybody else is not, what did I do here? Okay, yeah. So, like I said, I just don't understand this. All these women are just flocking over this guy, and the only thing they say is he's hot. Okay, but he killed somebody. He's hot. Okay. It's like those women that married Lyle and the Menendez brothers. I'll just put it that way. Oh, I know. Stop. The memory's not like it used to be. It used to be like a steel trap, but not anymore. So, but it was Kyle and who else?
Lyle and Eric.
Lyle and Eric. Okay. Lyle and Eric. I won't remember that, but okay. Lyle and Eric. There were women that married them when they were in prison. So I guess, whatever. Some women, I guess it must be just a bad boy image. You think?
I don't know what it is, but there is actually a term for it. I can't remember what the term is, but yes, there are women who develop, I guess, crushes on or fetishes for men who are notorious killers.
Yeah. Maybe I can.
Yeah, maybe you can become a notorious killer so that you can then become a magnet for women.
No, that's okay. I'm good. What are they? It's not Florence Nightingale. It's
Florence Nightingale was a nurse.
I know, but there was a syndrome
Oh,
named
really?
after her.
Okay.
Yeah, I think there were people, kill their patients or something. I know. I'm trying to. No, it's not that. I'm just trying to. I put in fetish for killers, but it's not giving me anything. So I don't know. Yeah, here. Why are women sexually attracted to killers? I don't know. That's a good question. Why are they? Let's see. It says. Ted. Yeah, I don't want to do that. I'd probably get flagged for the audio. They always do that. Like the last time. You play any type of audio from a social media website like X or Facebook, they'll shut you down on YouTube. So I'm just not even going to deal with it. Anywho, so let me know. Stockholm. Thank you, Tainted Love. Stockholm syndrome.
Well, that's something that's very good, by the way. Thank you, Tainted Love. But there's a
Yes.
slightly different thing. That Stockholm syndrome is when people who are kidnapped fall in love with the kidnapper.
Oh, is that what it is?
Yeah.
Maybe those women wish they were kidnapped by him. Maybe.
Yeah, there you
Would
have
that-
it. Yeah.
Would that
Yeah.
still be considered Stockholm syndrome?
Maybe.
Let's see. Jamie put, well, they were kind of cute. Some of the other ones are questionable. I don't know about that.
What, Jason, you don't think the Menendez brothers were cute?
Oh, no.
With their pastel sweaters?
You're asking the wrong person, Esther.
With the pullover sweaters that looked like Easter candies? How could you not think they were cute?
Because I'm not a woman. That's why.
Well,
I'm not a woman and I'm not gay. So I couldn't tell you if they were attractive or not.
Okay, well then
Maybe.
you can remain neutral, but that's
okay. I can remain neutral.
like Switzerland.
I'm Swiss on that. I'm neutral. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, but hey, you know what? If they want to, here we go. What did she put? It goes back to Patty Hearst days.
Yeah, yeah. Well, Patty did not fall in love with her captors, but she was actually sent to prison. She was convicted, believe it or not.
Oh. Did we have a podcast about that, Esther? Not about Patty Hearst?
No.
All right. Well, let's see. Jamie Lee put, the most wild part is sending the money. Like, at least get wrapped up in someone who can pay your bills and you don't have to pay by the minute to speak to them. That makes a lot of sense.
That's a good comment. Yeah, definitely. Definitely. The women who married them, Eric's wife was a multimillionaire. She owned multiple businesses. She was a wealthy socialite. She blew every single penny on Eric's appellate attorneys. And now she just owns a little dog grooming salon. And what's so funny is that the young women who are all swooning over the Menendez brothers, who are obsessed with them, they all hate her, like hate her with a passion, because they feel that she wasn't a good enough spouse to him. She didn't do enough for him. Yeah.
Well, that's right. He got divorced, or she divorced him.
She didn't. No, that you're thinking of Lyle. It's so sad that I know this. It's
Not
really
Eric.
just so pathetic that I know this. Yes, Eric is still married to Tammy Menendez. But now I already told you this when I was a lot younger. This was like, oh gosh, forever ago. Right after he was convicted, so this would have been, like late 90s. I found her email and I messaged her, and I never thought I'd heard back from her. And about 10 minutes later, she got back to me with a really nice message. I was very touched.
Really?
Yeah.
Nice. So did you find the Menendez brothers attractive?
Today, they're older than you. They're older than you now. But they were kind of cute when they were young.
Were they? Oh,
yeah.
Okay. I'll take your word for it.
Well, they did have those spiffy cardigan sweaters, the pullover sweaters in the pastel colors. Looks like
they look like those patterns that they paint eggs with.
Yeah. Yeah.
What was that? What was the name of that box? It was a box of dye that you could buy to paint eggs. Those little pastel colors.
Yeah.
But I hear those are coming back. Those cardigan sweaters and the Dickies too. The Dickies are coming back.
I don't know what that
So,
is. What is
You know what
that?
the Dickies are?
No.
Dick-
Do I want to know?
Well, yeah, stuff that dirty. Just because it has dick in the word doesn't mean it's dirty.
I had
Come
a
on.
teacher. I had a teacher named Mr. Dick.
Yeah, Richard.
Mhm.
They go. No, a dickie is. Oh, I just Googled. It's called bad boy syndrome.
Okay,
Okay.
thank you. Because
Bad
me and
boy
Jason were never going to be able to figure it out.
Yeah, you'll find
I'm
that one.
glad. I'm glad somebody is on the ball here.
A dickie is like, let's say you're wearing a shirt and you got it looks like you have a turtleneck on, right?
Yeah.
But what it is basically if you open up your shirt,
hmm
the dickie only goes to like right here.
Okay.
It doesn't cover the whole thing. It's just the
I
up
don't
to
think.
right
I
here,
don't think
and
you
it's
can
got
wear
a
that. No, you can't wear that in court.
yeah. If you wear your
Yeah.
suit all the way up
Yeah.
here, and you got a turtleneck, and it's just a dickie. It's just right here. That's it.
Okay.
Yeah, it's like those women that wear those little pieces of cloth right here to cover up their cleavage. You know, that kind of thing. That's all
Okay.
it is. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
called
Who I
it's
think
called the dickie.
that's an important fashion tips are important. It's an important topic. I mean, especially if you ever end up in court, how you dress is probably important to the jury.
Okay.
I think Gypsy Blanchard could probably have been acquitted if she had just kind of showed up in something like in a pastel colored outfit.
See, Tainted Love gets it. Fake turtleneck. Yes, she's heard of the
How
dickies.
how can you? Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I have a lump in my throat, so I can't wear turtlenecks.
Thought of that makes me claustrophobic. I don't know what you're talking about there. Okay.
Wearing a turtleneck makes you claustrophobic?
I guess so. Some people just, oh yeah, maybe because it's so tight around your neck.
No, I can't wear
No.
those. No,
I can't either.
no.
No, I was never a turtleneck kind of guy. You know.
So back
So-
to the killers we were talking about. Do you think that Gypsy Blanchard should hook up with the Menendez brothers? Maybe she could get together with them, and they could
Maybe.
get married.
Sure, why not? Let's see if they get out first. You said at the
They don't need to get out. They've got women going to them there.
yeah, but look what it's done to them though. One woman is broke.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah.
it's like the people in the comments were saying. You know, you got to pay for the phone calls. Now,
Mhm.
is there conjugal visits? You know,
Not for somebody who's serving life without parole. No,
Right.
It's too much of a liability for the prison. What are they going to do if the prisoner's spouse ends up dead? Yeah,
yeah,
No.
exactly. So, I mean,
No.
what's the use of having a marriage to somebody that's in prison for that amount of time? It's all it is. You're basically getting their last name, and you're just basically it's just status.
They probably
it is.
married these guys thinking they could get them out. Because at first it looked like it was a very unfair conviction, and so I think a lot of people thought they could get it turned over on appeal. I know the one woman, Tammy Menendez, was very wealthy. She probably thought she could, just get the best appellate team money could buy, and she'd get him out of
Yeah.
there. No, he's still there, and she has no money left.
I wonder what happened to all that money.
Whose money?
Their parents.
Oh no, they spent that on their legal team.
They spent on all of
You
it.
did. You remember the little orphan Annie hairdo, that one lawyer, the Leslie Abramson, who
Yes.
defended, with the spiral perm.
Yeah, I remember her. Yeah.
Yeah.
So she got it all, basically.
Oh yeah. See, they were tried twice. The first time they had the hung jury, and the second time.
Yeah.
So somebody's got to pay for all that.
They should have just left it at that. Left it at the hung jury and just leave them out.
Yeah.
Like I said, I think they should be gifted parole. They've done their time.
I only need to hear that interview with Roy Rossello, the boy band Menudo, the guy who said that at age 13 he was drugged and raped by Jose Menendez, and I think they just did the world a favor.
Yep. Let's see here. I watched the Melendez. Oh, it's Menendez, and I thought their testimony about abuse was very credible.
I
Yeah.
mean, how does somebody make up creepy pictures of children with, you know, not wearing clothes with the heads cropped off?
Yeah. And being in I don't know if he was in the entertainment business, wasn't he? Yeah.
He was he was a manager of the boy band Menudo.
Yeah. They're always creepy.
I
Like
know.
what's that guy's name? It ends with a Stein. I don't know.
Yeah.
He was convicted.
There's a lot of creepy people in the entertainment industry, like Michael Jackson.
Yeah, Michael
Yeah.
Jackson. Talk about that producer that was recently put in jail for like 30 years. Movie producer, or he was maybe not a movie producer. Maybe he was. I'm sure the commenters can help me on this one too. It wasn't Epstein. It was some other guy.
Was it Jeff Epstein? No, some other guy.
No, some other guy. Some other guy. Jeff Epstein was the one that took creeps to his island.
Yeah.
No, it was another guy. He's still alive. He's in prison. I think he's going to get out here pretty soon. But yeah, he was a creepy guy too, who was always touching people. So, but there's a lot of them in the entertainment industry. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, I don't know. That's not why I never went into the entertainment industry.
I would be.
Thank you, Jamie Lee. Yes, that's who it was. Harvey
Okay.
Weinstein.
Oh wow. Okay.
Yes, Harvey Weinstein.
See, yeah, it's always it's like a humbling experience when the viewers know like 99% more than we do. When we're sitting there, like we can't think of anything.
I'm sure they're just sitting there frantically Googling this stuff too, So, but that does help though. Yes, it does.
Yeah.
Thank you, Jamie Lee. You're my hero. I just, for the life, I knew it ended with a Steen or a Stein. So I know that. But yeah, the entertainment industry is just weird. It's just weird. So it just seems like a lot of people that go into the entertainment industry normal either come out really like freaks, or they're in there for years and years and years, and you just see them. They get real skinny, they get real sickly, they look demonic, they just got tattoos all over the place. It's like, what is it doing to people? You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah.
So like that Ariana Grande, you ever see her?
She looks like she's about 12. She doesn't age.
I know, but did you see how skinny she was? You could actually see her ribs. And
I know.
What are you doing to yourself?
Have you ever seen Eugenia Cooney?
No.
She's a YouTube star who is like, it's amazing that she's even still alive. She looks like she weighs about 100 pounds at the absolute very most. She's basically a skeleton.
Is she see, now you got me curious now. Eugenia Cooney?
Cooney.
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 Yeah, I'm sure. Oh, yes. I know who you're talking about. Yeah. Yeah, let me see, put her up on the screen here. Yeah. I saw her. Let's see here. Yeah, that's her.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's like she's anorexic big time.
Definitely. I mean, unless she has some disease she doesn't want to tell anybody about, which is possible, but I mean, she's been in this condition for quite a bit of time. I think actually she did do a show where she admitted she had anorexia.
Oh. No,
I can't even begin to relate to that. I mean, I can understand the people who weigh 600 pounds. That I can understand that. I could.
Oh, look at this. She needs a McRib.
That's the problem. She didn't have a McRib. See, yeah. Jason, you see what you do when you say that the McRib doesn't taste good is you deter people like Eugenia Cooney who need to eat the McRib.
She needs to eat pounds and pounds of McRibs. I'll tell you that.
Yeah.
I don't know. I've always found McDonald's so fattening, though. I mean, don't get me wrong. I love their fries.
They have good fries. They've got good fries.
It just seems like the burgers. I don't know. They look synthetic. The meat looks
Mhm.
synthetic. I don't know if I want to
Yeah.
put that in my body or not, you know?
No, you're probably better off without it.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, the Big Mac, you said something about the Big Mac. I love the sauce in the Big Mac.
Oh, that
You
is
know?
good. But you can buy something that's very, very similar, and I can't remember what it's called. For a
Oh.
while, they thought it was the same thing. It's like an orange salad dressing kind of thing.
Oh.
Maybe Jamie Lee can come and help us with this, or Tainted Love.
Well, she put, I always feel crummy after I eat it, and it's never the same. Does that mean crummy as in you feel sick, or crummy as you feel guilty? You know, which one
Probably
is
some combination of both.
could be. And she also put Thousand Island.
Oh, yeah, she got it. Wait, oh my God.
Okay. So it's basically a burger with Thousand Island dressing on it? That what it
That's a
is?
lot of people for a long time thought that special sauce, so-called, was Thousand Island dressing. It's basically, it tastes the same and looks the same.
Oh, she put sluggish. Oh,
Yeah.
okay. All right. Like I said, I didn't like the flavor of that McRib. Maybe it was a bad McRib. Maybe I got the bad one. I don't know. Oh, the filet of fish is good. Yeah, the fish sandwich.
Yeah, that's a good point. Good point. It is.
It's a lot of bread, though. I think the problem is the bread.
Hmm.
You know, you don't want to be eating a lot of bread. There's so
No,
many carbs and
I know.
bleached flour and stuff in those things. So, but maybe one of these days I might. It's all of the preservatives that make you sick. Yeah, the chemicals and everything else that they're putting in there. You have no idea what they're putting in their burgers now. You know.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. Well, I think no one else is going to be texting. I think we can go ahead and color it. Actually, I like these open lines, actually. Tell you the truth, people come in and talk a little bit. And what's this? The secret to Big Mac sauce is a dash of lemon. Really? I don't know. What do you think, Esther?
Well, what I like are their sundaes. They taste kind of like frozen yogurt. In fact, for a long time, I thought that was what it was.
Well, when the Sunday machine works.
I know.
Seems like they're always broken.
I know.
Or the what is that? The shake machine where they make the strawberry shakes.
They discontinued the peanuts topping because it's too much of a liability now that so many people are allergic to peanuts.
Yeah. Yeah, which could be because of the I don't want to say the word because I might get blocked on YouTube, but it starts with a V and you inject it into you. That kind of thing. I don't know. I there was a lady that I came on the podcast. Her name was Mary Hovind, Kent Hovind's ex-wife. She's big into that shots, into childhood shots and all that stuff. And
Okay.
she's an anti, shot person. I'll just put it that way.
Yeah.
So we'll be blocked, and I don't know. Maybe she had some points. But the thing is, when I did the podcast, this was during the big C, COVID, and they shut me down. They privatized it. I couldn't. Nobody could see it. So I put it on Rumble, which, by the way, we're streaming on Rumble right now. So if you go on Rumble, you can see it there. You can see it on Facebook as well.
Hi, everybody on Rumble. Hi, Shani and Rev, which Jason made me watch.
Oh, no. Shani and Rev?
I don't know how I got through even 5 minutes of that, Hal. I'm not bashing them personally. I'm sure they have their good qualities.
Oh, I'll tell you one thing. The only thing I did not send you to would be Shani and Rev's. Somebody on X, which is formerly Twitter, found out that Shani and Rev had a OnlyFans account.
Oh, really?
And they went to this. I don't know if they subscribed to it or paid for it, but they downloaded all their videos.
Oh my God.
And put them on X.
Oh.
It's disgusting.
Wow.
Yeah, I'm not even gonna tell you to go watch that.
Okay.
Yuck.
Okay. Yeah.
But it was bad. Let's see here. Oh, I'd rather go get an Angus burger and just eat the patty from a real burger place. You know what has really good burgers? I don't know if you have it in your town, but it's a place called Red Robin.
Oh, I was just there, like literally.
Yeah,
I got the veggie burger.
Red Robin. Yum. Yeah, we went there a couple of weeks ago, and it was.
I was there just 2 days ago, and I got the
Yeah.
veggie burger, but it's not vegan because it has cheese. Yeah, if you want it vegan, you have to ask for it without the cheese. Otherwise, you automatically get the cheeseburger, which is
Oh,
not vegan. But you can be vegetarian and get it.
okay.
And they have good steak fries.
I wasn't a big fan of the steak fries.
No?
No, I'd rather get the onion rings. Yeah,
Oh, those are
they're
good.
too big. They're too big. It's like eating half a potato, you know?
Yeah, I know.
But rhymes with. Okay, I have no idea what that means.
Oh, no, she's, Jason,
Schmaxines?
you know what rhymes with that? Starts with a V.
Ah, gotcha. Sorry, Jamie.
Like, duh. It's a good thing I'm here. I mean, if I weren't here, oh my God. Yeah, yeah.
All right. She says, "Got to run. Enjoy the chat. New subscriber. Great. New subscriber.
you.
If you haven't subscribed to the channel, please subscribe to YouTube and follow on Rumble or follow on Facebook. So, and which, by the way, I do on certain occasions, sometimes once a week. I have another channel. I can't put it on YouTube because YouTube shuts me down all the time. It's where I watch and I comment on classic movies. It's called Classic Movie Maniac, where basically, like I'm doing here, I'll be on one side and the movies on the, and these movies are in the public domain, okay, which means they're copyright free, you know. And when I stream on Rumble, I have no problems. I also put it on a website called Odyssey, and they have no problems. Facebook sometimes does, sometimes they don't. But YouTube, I stream 2 public domain movies on that, and I've seen the same public domain movies on YouTube where nobody's commenting on them. It's just they're showing the movie, right?
Mhm.
But whenever I get on there and I'm commenting on it and I'm changing it, I'm not. It's not the it's what do they call that? Fair use or whatever. They shut me down. They turn it off and say it's there's a song in there that's copyright. And then when it happened the first time, I emailed YouTube back and said, "Look, this movie is in the public domain." This was McClintock. It was what's that guy's name? They call him the Duke. Anyway, it's an old movie from 1963. Okay, and it was in the public domain. I was streaming it with a friend of mine, and YouTube shut it down right after 12 minutes.
Wow.
So I email YouTube after it's all done because Rumble and Odyssey were still going. So we were just going. You know what I mean? So I was able to do it. But then I emailed YouTube and said, "Look, this is in the public domain. Look for it yourself." I sent them links, and then the next day they sent me an email back saying, "Oh, you're right. It is in the public domain. We'll go ahead and put it back up." What? 12 minutes? 12 minutes of a 2-hour movie. So it's like, if they do it again, I'm just not going to stream on there anymore. And I was doing another one called The Phantom Planet, and they did it again. And I just shut it down. I'm like, nope, I'm not doing YouTube anymore. So now it's Rumble, Odyssey, Facebook. So, and if anybody wants to come on, I can give you, I'll put the links in the description below. You can go watch them. Some of them are really weird, freaky ones. But if they want to come on and comment and review it with me, we can do that. I think I've told you about it before, haven't I, Esther?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. So I just did one, Xantar, The Thing from Venus. That was a weird one. So, yeah. So I think we're at the point where We need
People have gotten tired of listening to me.
Yeah, me too.
We're way
For
past,
that matter.
way past the point where people have gotten tired of listening to me, both on your show and in real life.
Yeah, I mean, people. That's why usually I do an hour show because some people either they watch for a little bit, then they go do something else, or they got to run or do whatever. So, but yeah, we can just let me know if there's anybody else you want to do a podcast on, because I think that's gaining some traction now. So with a lot of these killers out there.
Yeah. I could talk about killers, and I'd be happy to, as long as they don't try to shoot me or anything.
Who was
Like,
that one lady that drowned her kids? She had 4 kids in the car, and she put the car in neutral and put it in the water.
Yeah, Susan Smith.
Was it Susan Smith?
Yes.
And I think she got life for that. I think, didn't she?
She did. Yes.
Yeah. I wonder if she's trying to get it overturned like the Menendez brothers.
She now the state that she did this in, South Carolina, does not have life without parole, so she gets parole dates, but she hasn't gotten paroled. But
Okay.
interestingly, we were talking about JonBenet. Patsy Ramsey, this is JonBenet's mother, brought Susan Smith up at a press conference 4 days after JonBenet was killed.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, I'm sorry. Oh, somebody put. Was it? Oh yeah, Jamie Lee put. Oh wait, not that one. This one. Y'all have 5 guys. Yes, we have 5 guys over here. Burgers
So do
and fries.
I have 5 guys.
But
how many guys really do they make those burgers out of? Just 5? I mean, there should be more than just 5 guys that they make into the burgers.
They should have a burger called the People Burger. That would be great.
Would it be all just guys, or would you have to have also women?
Well, if you want to throw girls in the mix, go right ahead.
So it would have to be like 5 guys and girls. But how could you feed everybody with just 5 guys?
5 people and fries. How about that?
Okay.
Yeah. Make it gender neutral, like I always say.
Yeah, that's woke. Yeah.
Yeah. Let's see here. Oh, okay. Yeah, we're gonna do that. Yeah. All right. So, Esther.
Yeah.
Close with anything?
Oh, I just wanted to tell everybody that I am not really suggesting that anybody should go around like shooting anybody or falling in love with any killers. It's all hypothetical.
Yeah, I would say so.
I'm also not recommending that anybody get addicted to McDonald's. You don't want that. You could end up like one of the people on My 600-Pound Life.
I don't know, but I'll tell you, let me tell you before we go. Let me tell you the best burger I've ever had.
Okay.
Being I'm from South Texas, there's a place in Texas. It was started in Texas in San Antonio. It's called Whataburger.
Oh yeah, that was in a movie.
What a burger!
I can't remember what it was called though.
Billie Jean, The Legend of Billie Jean.
Could be.
That was filmed in Corpus Christi, my hometown. But Whataburger is, and people can argue with me in the comment section, but that is the best burger. Let me tell you how good this burger is, okay?
Okay.
When you take somebody to the prom, okay?
Mm-hmm.
After the prom, or you decide to leave early, and you want to take your date out somewhere to eat, right?
Yeah.
Okay, where would you take them? A steakhouse.
Yeah.
If you belong to a country club, you take them to a country club. Some place where you got high-end food, right?
Mm-hmm.
You could actually show off.
Yeah.
No. You know where these girls wanted to go?
Where?
Whataburger.
Cool.
That you don't. Oh my good. They have it. They have Whataburger in Missouri now. Man, I'm waiting for it to come to Wisconsin. because I want to eat a Whataburger again. I miss it. Their ketchup is so good. You can buy it online. They got the best ketchup and the best fries. I would gain 600 pounds eating Whataburger. Let me tell you.
Well, if you're going to gain 600 pounds, that's the way to do it.
That's right.
So,
Yes. So, what about you? What was the best burger you had? Don't even say McDonald's, sister.
we have a place across the street from us that has really good burgers, and I've gotten them at midnight actually, because it's open 24 hours. It's a diner.
Okay. Yeah, but is
I
it a
like-
vegan? Is it a vegan burger?
No, but you can get it with Swiss cheese, which is my favorite kind of cheese.
Okay. All right. So you do eat meat then?
Yeah, I mean, I will admit it. I do. I can't really say that I'm vegan.
Well, I mean, some people are vegan and kind of cheat a little bit, which is fine.
Okay, then
Yeah.
that I would describe myself as a vegan who cheats
There you
once
go.
in a while by having a great big beef burger.
Big old juicy burger, huh? Oh, man.
Yeah.
Let me tell you. Is there a Mikey's late night slice over there in your area?
No. I've never even heard of that.
No? I know there's one in Ohio. I don't know if it was up there in upper north or on the other side of Ohio. I don't know. So, anyway. All right. Well, Esther, it's good talking
Okay.
with you.
Okay.
Had a great time.
Me too.
So,
But now you made me hungry. So
go make yourself a burger.
okay.
Make sure to put a slice of onion on there about this big.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Yep. Yummy.
Love onions. I tell
Me
you,
too.
before we leave, I used to get a what they call an onion sandwich.
An onion
Back in-
sandwich.
Back in the days, okay? Back in the days, we weren't exactly well-to-do people.
Hmm.
When my mom she was an operator for Southwestern Bell, became AT&T back in the day,
Hmm.
and they went on strike,
Yeah.
and she was out of work for 3 or 4 months. So we basically, back when the food stamps were, you had to take them off of the books.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Instead of the cards that they have now.
Hmm.
And we would stand in line for government cheese and butter. Oh my God, that was the best government cheese ever.
Oh my God.
Oh man, you put those on nachos. Oh, it's over.
Oh wow.
But we used to have like onion sandwiches. My mom would cut slices of onion this thick. We put them between 2 pieces of bread with some mayonnaise. Oh man, it was good. People wouldn't talk to you for like 3 or 4 days, because of your breath. But
Yeah.
man, it was good. Good times. So anyway, Esther, thank you.
Okay.
I don't know if I'm going to be doing this once a week. We'll find out. We'll see how this goes as far as people's
Okay.
response to
You
it.
see whether or not anyone can tolerate us. Okay.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And if not, I'll probably do it once a month if it's okay with everybody else. We'll see. Like I said, I might put out a poll, I think,
Okay.
and see if they enjoyed it or not. So we'll figure that out. All right, Esther, we'll talk to you later.
Okay.
Say goodbye to your mom for me.
And
So
okay.
we'll talk to you later.
Nate.
All right.
Bye.
Bye. All right, everybody. Thanks for coming out and watching the show. I appreciate it. Like I said, let me know in the comment section if you want this to keep going. Like I said, it was just a bunch of random subjects today, but that's good. It's always good to have people on here to talk about different things. If you're part of the, if you want to come on the podcast, text the number. Let me put it back on here. Text this number right here. Let me know, and we'll schedule a time for you to come on. If you were in the troubled teen industry, if you had, any subject, drugs, prison reform. If anybody wants to talk about prison reform, we can talk about prison reform. We can talk about whatever subject you want to talk about, okay? That's what this podcast is here for. So send the link, send me your name. Don't call, text me, because that number I do not answer. All right? I'll just text you back as fast as I can. All right. So for the Hammer Podcast, I'm Jason. You take care of yourself. You take care of each other. And we'll see you in the next podcast, which is tomorrow, by the way. We have Sandy coming on. 5 o'clock Central Time. Okay. He'll be on. He went to the Family Foundation School. All right. Let me put this up here before I leave. That way people can see. Right here. Tomorrow, 5 o'clock Central Time. Sandy, he went to Family Foundation. All right. So we'll see you there. All right. So everybody have a wonderful rest of your day. We'll see you next time. All right. Take it easy.